Back with the MSSA National Finals in Afton, Wyoming. I'm here with Chuck representing Neutrina here at the National Finals. Chuck, appreciate your time. It's always good to see you here at these finals. Tell us again why it's so important for Neutrina to have a presence here at this event.
No, absolutely. Yeah, we enjoy coming up here. We really like this, Steve, and they invite us up. Coming into these family events, that's us. We're a family business. We're a family company. We have the dog food out there. But we also have all the different types of feeds available. But if we can get involved in family events, that's what this is about. We really enjoy it. We've got the different dog foods. We're giving a few different things away for all the kids that are wandering around. And if we can help get more and more kids involved in this, I think it's going to be a success all the way around.
It's always about the next generation, right? And the future. And it's not just the families that are here, but you're talking the dogs and everything. And Neutrina has such a great line of products that you guys offer for these dogs.
Yeah, we do. We actually, when it comes to these dogs, these are animals. These athletes. These are great athletes. They work so hard. You've got to be able to feed them properly. The true dog food fits really well for them. It's going to give their energy. It's going to get them back in the game quicker. Has quicker recovery time. And what you see a lot of times, just like any athlete, they need that energy level up, and they've got to be able to perform when the time comes. So that's where True comes in. We have the True Mean in there, and that's really about taking care of the gut health. And you're going to take the time and really get that absorption into their system, and that's going to keep their energy rolling throughout the day. And that's what we want to see. But also, it helps with their immune health, because like anything else, it starts with your gut, whether it be you or me or the dogs or your horse. If you keep that gut healthy, the rest of you is going to be healthy. And if it can help their immune system, that is our goal. So that's why it really fits in with this program.
Perfect. That's Chuck from California and Neutrina. If you plan on joining us in Afton, Wyoming for the National Finals, make sure you come talk to Chuck and bring your kids. He has all kinds of great gifts, freebies given away, hats, frisbees, tennis balls. The kids and the dogs will like the tennis balls. So come out and see Chuck at Neutrina at the MSSA National Finals. We're with Sherry right now on the MSSA National Finals here in Afton, Wyoming. Sherry, this has been a great tradition coming to Star Valley and Afton. Why do you guys keep coming back to Afton every year?
We love Afton. It's kind of my home away from home, but for our handlers, there's a little bit for everybody. There's enough outdoor things. They can go hiking, they can go and explore. It's close to a lot of things, and so they really love this town. There's a lot to eat, there's a lot to shop, and there's a lot to do.
Perfect. Sherry Wright, director of the MSSA National Finals, on the live video broadcast here in Star Valley. Kevin Rollerbach here with us from Mountain State Stock Dog Association. He is the official stock boss out of Pocatello, Idaho. He's on his horses with his crew, keeping the stock rotated. Kevin, thanks for your time today. Tell us what you guys do here in between all the runs to keep the stock in and out.
Well, the whole goal here is to keep cattle happy and not run any cattle in the same arena twice, so that they're not seeing the same obstacles and make it fair for all the handlers. So as they come out of each arena, we sort them into different places, and they never hit the same pen twice, which is a feat when we've got 3 things going all at the same time, and they all just come in one big pen back here. So we're just sorting all day long.
So logistical nightmare that you guys have figured out how to handle. How many cows do you guys run?
We've got, I think there's over 400 head here right now.
And the goal again is to not run a single cow, the same cow on the same arena, or just one run per day between all the arenas?
They can't go in the same arena twice, because we've got, there's going to be over 1,000 runs over this week. So we'd have to, there's not enough room here to bring enough cattle to only let them go once a day.
And then, of course, after all that's said and done, you have to feed them and keep them water too.
Yes, yes, it's a full. We started about 4 in the morning to get cattle gathered in here so they're nice and quiet and settled, and then we get done whenever we get done feeding cows at night.
How many of you does it take to take care of all the livestock here?
This year we're only doing 4. We have 4 people back here, and then we've got one guy that comes when we have this field going as well. Just because that 4's not enough to be spread that thin, because this is a pretty good chunk of real estate all the way around here.
All right, that's Kevin. He's the stock boss here, running the cattle and the livestock for the Mountain State Stock Dog Association National Finals. I'm with Sherry Wright, director with the MSSA National Finals. Sherry, Family Day, Saturday.
Yes.
It's always a huge part of the finals. What do you have this year?
It's my favorite day of the whole week. We really want this to be a family event, and we have lots of kids here that come with their families every year. And so Saturday is kind of the reward for them making it through the week. And then we want the community to come. So we have free bounce houses, free face painting, lots of things to do for the kids, lots of snacks. We've got cotton candy coming and snow cones, and it's all free.
So if you're able to make it to Western Wyoming, come to Saturday, Family Day, as part of the MSSA National Finals.
Ken and Lori Herbal have been working dogs since the 1970s, training champions, teaching clinics, and putting in real miles across the country. From Afton to Houston, they've earned top honors. Today they help handlers across the country build real partnerships, one dog at a time.
We love to help people train their dogs, and that's what is a big reward for us. And we love to travel the country. We go a lot to the same places, and we work with the same people and the same dogs, and we see them come from beginning all the way up to the high levels.
Go to xpranch.com. It starts with trust.
Sherry Wright with the MSSA National Finals. Sherry, you're in the booth with all the clothing and the fun stuff.
All the stuff.
Tell us what you have here to offer.
We've got a little bit of everything. We've got T-shirts and sweatshirts and cups and swag and hats and all kinds of things to remember finals this year.
Perfect. So come by and check it all out. Talk to Sherry and the crew here. Once again with Brian Jacobs from California. Brian, how long have you been with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association?
Since the beginning. I've only missed one of their finals. So,
What keeps you coming back?
it's the biggest event in the country and the best competition, and they run a really good show here. And a lot of my clients work all year to come here, so that's why we keep coming.
That's Brian Jacobs out of California here in Afton for the Mountain State Stock Dog Association Finals.
Your relationship is built on trust. Your buddy is with you for work and play from sunup to sundown. And you can trust Nutrina True to deliver nutrient-packed formulas for active dogs like yours. Each bite is TrueMune powered for immunity and mobility support, and with support for digestion plus joint, skin, and coat health. Trust that they're always protected from the inside out. Find high-quality, hardworking nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/NutrinaTrue. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
For the Harris family, working dogs in Oregon is a way of life. But in Afton, at the National Stock Dog Finals, they found a second home.
First year I showed at finals when I walked in that arena, and it felt like somewhere that I could go and have lots of fun and work my dog and be open.
You won't find a person that won't help you out or tell you a good job or, give you a piece of advice.
Catch Carter and Josh in Afton, Wyoming for the Mountain State Stock Dog Association Finals. 10 years in and the largest in the country. Bring your dog.
Making sure your pets get the nutrition they need to live long, happy lives? That's what we do best. With our special blends of quality ingredients, you can count on us for the pets counting on you. After all, being the best pet parent ever is what you do best.
National Finals with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association. Oakley Hepworth here with us again. Oakley, you're a resident of Star Valley. Of course, a lot of the handlers come in from around the nation, but you and your family live here. What do you love most about Afton and the Star Valley area?
I love the community. I love being in a small enough town, but then being able to do big events like this and have people come in and have stuff to be able to do. Yeah, just very pretty place, very secluded. I live over in Auburn, so kind of away from all the busyness of town, but close enough we can get in. So very fun, beautiful place.
Busyness of the huge city of Afton. Yeah, all 3,000 of them. That's Oakley Hepworth, MSSA National Finals. Here with MSSA organizer Jeannie Biggers. She's one of the people that make this whole event run. In fact, it doesn't go without Jeannie Biggers here doing the whole thing. Jeannie, this is quite the undertaking, and it continues to grow. How many dogs do you have signed up to do runs this year?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many dogs. I know we have almost 160 handlers, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know the dogs. There are a lot.
A lot, right? And no, it's fine. And I mean, we're talking the amount of trial runs that you do. We're into the thousands, right?
Oh yeah, we'll have almost 1,800 runs by the time we're done Saturday night.
That's incredible, and you do it all in 6 days. So organization-wise, I mean, that's a task. How do you keep everything straight and all the runs on time and people where they're supposed to be here?
Honestly, we have the best group of people. Elaine La Rochelle does all my data entry for me. So she keeps everything running and all the scores and everything put into the computer. And I get all the links and everything working for her, so all the real-time results are on the website. But she's the one putting all the data in for me. We have a schedule. I actually put into place a texting deal this year, so I can text the handlers when our handler meetings are and when we're starting, so that really helps. And the handlers, they're really good. I prioritize which ring takes priority over the others, each day. So like right now, we're just catching up on our sheep field. We only have 2 left in that. But the handler, he's been up running in the open cattle in the upper arena. He's been running in the nursery cattle. So it gets a little bit crazy when we're running 3 arenas in a field at the same time. We do that for 3 days straight.
Yeah, no doubt at all. Now, of course, you started this event 10 years ago now with the Whites. What's it like to see this grow from where it was now to what it is today?
It's crazy. I had no idea, and I don't think Steve did either 10 years ago when we decided to do this, that it would ever grow to what it has become. I mean, when we first started our very first finals, I think we had 39 handlers, and that was all of the directors. And we ran 1 arena, and we actually ran 2 classes each day. It was crazy. So to see it go from that to this, it's just nuts.
Jeannie Biggers, one of the directors of the Mountain State Stock Dog Association National Finals.
Your dogs deserve the best, so give them the best with our stock of Nutrina Loyal Life pet food. In every bag, there's wholesome nutrition that's free of corn, wheat, and soy, added digestive support with prebiotics and probiotics, and special ingredients to optimize your pup's immune strength, mobility, and overall health. Get the best for your dogs with Nutrina Loyal Life pet food.
MSSA National Finals, and Tyson Hepworth with us right now on the SBI Media broadcast. Tyson is a judge at this year's final. Tyson, it's the 10-year anniversary already for this great event. You have a unique perspective because you're a local, you started as a competitor, and now you're a judge. What's it been like for you to see this thing grow into what it is?
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy deal. We started out with, classes down in the 30s for numbers and, doing all this event in a couple of days, and it's grown to a whole week and multiple arenas. And, and then all of a sudden you move from a competitor to a judge and through the classes. So, yeah, just kind of crazy to see it grow every year. One thing leads to a next, and all of a sudden we've got all this going on. So
I've noticed that this has become a pretty close-knit family over the 10 years as well. What does it mean for the kind of ag community to have it right here in Star Valley locally? What does it mean for the ag community?
It's a pretty awesome thing. A lot of people don't understand that this is the largest stock dog in our competition in the nation. And for us to have it right here, it's, a lot of guys who run cattle or different things here in the valley have got an opportunity to be able to, now have dogs that they use every day. And whether that's people that are going up on the range or down here in the valley just right on their places. It's led to a lot of things that way as far as the ag community has went. So a lot of different opportunities for people just because of this.
Tyson, what's your favorite part of the entire week on National Finals Week?
Gosh, it's got to be when we're running finals. Man, the intensity that comes with it, it all boils down to those last few runs and the intensity that comes with it. You sit there in the arena, the clock's ticking down on you. You know what you have and what you need to beat and maybe what you need to hold on to, and it gets pretty intense. So that's probably my favorite.
Tyson Hepworth, National Finals Week with the MSSA.
The President of the National Stock Dog Association of Australia.
At the NSDA, we believe in the future of our industry depends on developing the next generation. We have launched the Herding of the Future Scholarship, therefore giving a young handler the opportunity to travel to the United States in June 2027. This program will build skills, confidence, leadership, and global connections within the working dog and livestock community. Working dogs have always been the heart of the livestock industry, and their future depends on the people within it. We are seeking support from individuals, businesses, organisations who share this vision. Your support can help create a life-changing opportunity for the next generation. Together, we can invest in the future of working dogs, livestock management, and the next generation of stock handlers. If you'd like to be part of this exciting journey, contact us via Messenger or visit our website. Let's build tomorrow's leaders today.
Welcome to Afton, Wyoming, where every season brings something worth seeing. In summer, take a short hike to the world's largest intermittent spring, the same spring that feeds the town's drinking water. Whether you're hiking, fishing, or riding ATVs, the trails are open and waiting. In town, stop by local shops and museums, tee off at the golf course, or grab a bite with a family after a day outside. Summer's full of events like the Mountain States Stock Dog Nationals, and Afton knows how to host. In fall, the valley lights up with color. walk the trail to the star, fish in our waters, or head out with a local outfitter for a day of hunting. And when winter hits, it shows up in full. We've got groomed ski trails, snowmobiling routes, and fresh powder in every direction.
Skate at Starview Park or just explore the quiet that snow brings.
Afton doesn't change with the seasons. It just shows a different side of itself, and everyone's worth seeing. Plan your year-round adventures at visitaftonwyoming.com.
Ken and Lori Herbal have been working dogs since the 1970s, training champions, teaching clinics, and putting in real miles across the country. From Afton to Houston, they've earned top honors, and today they help handlers across the country build real partnerships, one dog at a time.
We love to help people train their dogs, and that's what is a big reward for us. And we love to travel the country. We go a lot to the same places, and we work with the same people and the same dogs, and we see them come from the beginning all the way up to the high levels.
Go to xpranch.com. It starts with trust.
Duke Dance here with SBI Media. Brian Jacobs from California just finished his run at the Sheep Pen with Jolene. Brian, good run for you. What went well?
Oh, it was good. I stayed slow, and the sheep decided to move, and I got through number 2, which has been really tough, and had a little trouble at 3, but once I got through that, it went pretty fast.
Perfect. Congratulations. Thanks.
Live from Afton, Wyoming, it's the Mountain States Stock Dog Association National Finals, presented by Nutrina. What's inside counts.
Yeah, you guys should be in order. Okay, Tyson, when you're ready, you can't take her.
Is everybody else ready?
Yep. And do you do or the first one?
Yeah, first one. We're ready anytime.
All right, we have number 1, Andrea Lane and ETB. Big party, intermediate sheep. Everybody this morning. They come to us from Ontario. Come by. Oregon. There. Oh, wait. There. Photographer. Light it. Walk, walk. Wait. There. Come by. Come by. There. Walk. Walk. Oh, wait. There. Hey. Walk up. Oh, wait. There. Come by. There. Walk up. Walk, 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 walk. B, get up. B, get up. There. Walk. Walk, 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 walk. Walk. Come by. There. Walk up. Get up. B, get up. Oh, wait. There. Come by. There. Oh, wait. There. Come by. There. Walk up. Walk. B. Oh, wait. There. Walk up. Walk, 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 walk. Walk. Oh, wait. There. Lie down. Come by. Come by. There. Walk. Walk up. Get up. Get up. Come by. There. Come by. Come by.
Good morning, everyone. This is Andrea Lane and BCB. We should be running an order today, so you should be able to keep track if you have the run order up.
There, buddy. Oh, wait. There.
I have a book and it popped open, so I'm putting it back together so I can tell you about these handlers. Andrea comes from Ontario, Oregon. I do tell you that because occasionally it does say something else on the screen. And I have their registration. And this is B, and she is a female 6-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing together for 4 years. She's one of our excellent photographers. Now they're going across to number 4.
Come by. Come by. Come by. There, stand. Away. There.
All right, now I'm on task. So they're heavy to both ends because they come out of that bottom end, they come and they're repinned up at this end. So they know there's gates at each of these ends. So there she is coming through number 4.
Stand, stand.
And she's going to her pen now.
Stand. Come by. Come by, come by.
We have 2 wings on the pen today.
Stand.
So she's chose to take the not draw side. And again, we'll talk about the draw. It's the pull of the livestock to all the other livestock. That's terminology we use here in herding. And it's not like drawing a picture. It means like a magnet. The sheep in the back are sucking the livestock and pulling them to come and join them. This is very much a patience game. They must come past those wings into the box. She's got sheep looking at them. That looks really good. She's stepping up slowly. Her dog's holding one side. And the judge will call this once they've cleared that, and he has called it. Now they need to go repin. That's number 6. We have a total time of 5 minutes on this course. And we have a few little grumpy sheep. So it's kind of a little look of the draw and how the sheep respond to your dog. So now they need to pin in here, and the gate, it needs to be closed. And that is when the time will stop. And the time is 4:11 officially with full points.
That was Andrea Lane and BCB. Good job with a full score of 270 and a time of 4:11. Up next, we'll have Cat Twofoot and /J Blazy, followed by Parker Harris and C9 Peppa, and then we'll have Jordan Kilpatrick and Nell.
I'll start out the morning. I brought my book of all our sponsors. Nutrina is the number 1, sponsoring all these rings. Afton Tourism, the County Vet Naturals Pet Dog Food. Got Dog, Cold Creek Stock Dogs, Mill Creek S Ranch. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, HR Stock Dogs. Flying Fin Border Collies. Okay, I'll stop on that. This is Kate and /J Blazy. Kate comes to us from Ontario, Oregon. And well, does she have 2 dogs? See, I'm digging through my thing here. This dog, yes, she has multiple dogs. She's running this dog also in cattle. It's a 4-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing together for 2 years. All right. So this is a time and points trial. So sometimes during the day, I'll be talking about the differences between time and points. And then maybe how a scored event would go, just so you kind of know the difference, because it is similar. You still need the straightest lines. and you need some control on the livestock. So I missed the beginning again as I was giving her introduction. And so we're working on this number 2. They need to come past this pen here. And you can't see the 2 right now, but there's an opening here that the sheep need to come around the pen and go through between that panel. And all sheep have pointed right now. And now we're moving on to number 3. In MSSA, they have a point line. And so it's literally that number 2 to the panel on the left. So there's not like an entrance and an exit to this. It's just a single. Now we're coming over to number 3. So at the number 3 there's an opening that's about, I'm guessing, maybe 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet wide. There's several panels over there. And right now you're seeing the draw. Those sheep don't want to leave. They know that that pin that's behind the handler is where they're going to get exhausted at. And so they are really having a nice hard pull there. So MSSA has 3 levels that are based on the handler, and that's novice, which has no experience. Intermediate has had some experience or some wins in novice, then you move to intermediate. And then the next level would be the open. And once you're in open, then you stay in open. And once you move to intermediate, you stay in intermediate. The classes that are based on dog age is the futurity and nursery. And we'll have some of those this afternoon. So we'll be talking about them. And that is more on the age of the dog. Or the futurity is about putting your dog in by buying in before they actually trial. So that's a whole different type of area. And then there's 2 for age. There's the old timers, which are over 60, and then there's the juniors, and they can also run in that class. So that tells you a little bit about how their classes work. MSSA is about people being involved and getting started and understanding the program. So in novice, they could take an open dog and learn to run that open dog and really make a difference. So she's working really patiently. I've been calling this the little dance at the obstacles, trying to convince them to turn all their heads and go the direction we want. And they have all now completed number 3 once they have exited. Now she's traveling over to number 4. We only have 5 minutes in this since the first dog did not time out. Total time is 5 minutes. We have 6 obstacles, so they need to be making a pretty good time so that you have almost less than a minute on each obstacle. Number 3 has been having some problems over there. They have not liked going through that panel over there. The handler's line is basically where our table is coming across. So once they come through number 4, they can move anywhere. And that would be time.
No, we don't. There, walk up. Lie down. Walk up.
Followed by Jordan Kilpatrick and Nell, and then Gilberto Valdez and T.L. Lace.
All right, I'm going to continue on my list, and I might double over because I'm not sure where I left off. Flying Finn's Border Collie, Phil and Kelly Fonkelsrud, and I'm not going to kill his name. Fonkelsrud. All right. Johnson Grain, Rising W. Kelpie, Hacienda Angus, JB Waterwell, Red Baron Drive-In, Wyoming Traders, Diane barns. And we have a handler, so I'll stop.
Phone calls.
All right. So our next handler that's coming in
Parker, your son
is
No
Parker Harris and C9 Peppa. They come from Shed, Oregon.
right?
This is a 5-year-old border collie, and he's been trialing. Oh, it doesn't tell me how long he's been trialing. I believe it's been only about 4 years. They're newer to the program. I guess I'll.
Thank you.
All right. It was the wrong border collie that was in here when we started it up. So since we've done the introductions, so the handler needs to stand. There's a line on the other side, a little ribbon. The dog and handler need to be behind. He calls for his sheep. They come flying out. The time is started when the sheep clear or when the dog goes. So this is the outrun. This is the first hello, and that's the lift. And the goal on the lift is to get them to that number 1. You can see right there. And once they clear number 1, they take a time for this. That is the tiebreaker. So this is time and points. So the fastest time, if there happens to be 2 with the same amount of time and the exact same score, they use that number 1 time to break those ties. Okay, now we need to make this turn at number 2. And now that 2 is done, the handler can walk through there. So there's going to be times that that's needed. Again, the draw to this pin is really heavy. This is day 4 of the MSSA finals. This is the second round for the intermediate. If you're interested, you can go to the MSSA.com and they have the live results up there and the placings and where everybody is standing, along with all these live feeds. If you're interested in the rules, you can go there and see them. They're only a few pages long. So one of the rules is that you can't walk through any of the panels. So that'll come in effect when we have a novice handler. And this, what we're seeing right here, is exactly what has been difficult here. The sheep aren't seeing that opening. Now they have. Once they see it, they go through it. But you've got to get them lined up and looking at that hole. All right, we have a total time of 5 minutes. So he's at 2 minutes and he's on the way to number 4. And the instinct of these dogs is to bring livestock to you. So the dog is now in a fetch position. That's a lot of times once they're under pressure, they're going to default to that. And so he took a nice inside flank. That meant took a flank towards the handler and come around. And again, there's 2 pins these sheep know. There's one that they come out of and the one that they go repinned in. And the one they come out of, they get repinned in and exhausted there when they move the sheep back over. So we start another trial. All our handlers are juniors. In all the arenas are young people that could be brother, sister families, and they are the lead, have the walkie-talkie and who we speak to and make decisions and doctor sheep or make sure. But basically the sheep have 1 run a day, maybe 2, and they get to rest in the back and have snack time. Well, this group says, well, if we go in the pen, then we're done. But there we go. There we go. We got to walk in this pen.
Bend. Go. Move. Move. There. Here. Lie down. Peppa. Peppa. Move it. Big steps. Come on. There. Lie down.
So I think that's his brother in the sidelines. It's perfectly allowed to have a little side handling. So how you set this pin up is going to make a difference.
That gives me so much anxiety.
And they set the pin more to the center, and that's when the time stops. The time is 4:08. Full points, 270. Nicely done.
Good job, Parker and Peppa. That's a full score 270 and time of 4:08. Up next, we'll have Jordan Kilpatrick and Nell, followed by Gilberto Valdez and TL Lace, and then Richard Bisnet and LB3 Sam.
All right, some of our other donors: Ella Fortman, Harris Stock Dogs, Galapaz Ranch, Meek Heavy Duty Sales, Windmill Stock Dogs, Rock Creek Stock Dogs, Creeper Border Collie, Alpine Animal Hospital, WorkingStockDogs.com, Greater Canine Minerals, D&D Mini Ranch, Tagler Oil Services, Pride and Joy Dairy, Curtis Fenton, and Morrow Enterprises Incorporated. This is Jordan Kilpatrick and Nell. They come to us from Homedale, Idaho. Nell is a 6-year-old female border collie, and they've been trialing together for 3 years. So this is the outrun. She's going out and around. Right here is the lift. This is when she says hello, and we hope it goes in the line of the fetch panels. And this is where our tiebreaker is once these sheep come through here.
23.
And I'm sitting closer to the ring people, so it was a 23 to give you an idea. Now he's heading to number 2. These birds are really funny. I don't know if you could see that bird. He's right in their path, and now he's sitting on the fence. You should just leave. He's orange and pretty. Go away. There we go. Nicely done. He's finished number 2 and heading to number 3. So he's turned them much more directly to number 3. And yesterday I kept wondering why the open and nursery handlers weren't turning them sharper out of number 2 so they wouldn't hang up on the draw. The people that are getting them sharper turned are having an easier time at 3 because they're not fighting that wanting to go back to the pen. So very nicely done.
Here, lie. Nell, here, walk. Lie down. Nell, here, lie down. Nell, here, walk. Lie down. Oh, wait, lie down. Come by. Lie down.
All right, nice movement coming across. Again, the total time is 5 minutes. So some of the fun rules with MSSA is the dog needs to run without a collar. The reasoning is a couple. You don't want the dog to get hung up somehow in the fencing or with the livestock, especially on cattle. Things can happen. So, and also there is some training aids that can be used with the collar, so they want nothing like that on the dogs.
Lie down. Lie down.
You also can't have a herding staff or stick, which is commonly used. So he has a nice time coming to this pen. And you need to get all their little noses pointing to the pin. Since he's standing on this side, I would want him on this corner that's just to the left of the number 2. We want to turn those little noses so they're focused on that. Now they're on this side, so it's the other corner, and they should just walk in. But you got one there that's not looking. Now it's looking at it, so now he's just got to get them in, and the judge needs to call it. But they're not quite past that spot. Do you see that line between where the wings are not, the handler can go in there and help, but once they're in that pin portion. But the time doesn't stop and the scores don't stop because now we need to do the pin over here, and he's got this group of sheep very, very settled. His dogs got them just walking through the course. Nicely done. 3:32. Again, I'm closer to the timers today, so I'll be able to
Good
hear
job, Jordan
exactly.
and Nell. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:32. Up next, we have Gilberto Valdez and TL Lace, followed by Richard Bisnet and LV3 Sam, and then Nicholas Corville and SD Stone.
All right, we have our next handler in, number 5, Gilberto Valdez and TL Lace. Lace is a 3-year-old Border Collie, and they've been trialing together for 2 years. They're off on the outrun, and the time has stopped. He's giving a whistle to redirect the dog. He was going a little straight, so that's just giving a little information to the dog. And now we're heading to this number 1, and he needs to do that. So he's going to talk to his dog to get a little wider to make that turn. There we go. The dog thought the sheep were getting away from him. So he just needs to break this plane and turn him around. And now he has number 1. Now he's coming to number 2. And all of them came through. Now they're going to number 3. So the last guy, this was the line he was on when he took him out of 2. And this dog, they got closer to the pen, so he's got a little bit of a fight going on here because they pulled to the draw and they'd rather go there. And we've got one sheep that says, I definitely want to go to the repen, not where you want me to go. So that's taking up time, but he's got him turned around nicely. Good job. Now we got to go across.
Get off. Get off. Here to me.
Nice and smooth. Good pace. Good line. Needs to catch them before they hang up there and get them turned.
Hey. Lace.
So he's using whistles. They also can have verbal commands. Away to me is a counterclockwise. Go by or come by is a clockwise. They usually have a stand and a walk up. Get out of it, off, leave it. Those are commands to let go of the eye of the sheep. You're going to see there's different styles of Border Collies. They were developed in England, which is rough terrain where the shepherds would have to go out without any fences and catch their sheep and be able to work with them. So predominantly there's mainly Border Collies here. There are a few other breeds. There's some Kelpies, there's some crossbred Border Collies, there's some Australian Shepherds, maybe just one, that's mine.
Lie down. Push, push.
So sometimes the trick of when their dog is on one of the heads, you flank the dog right to left. So he's kind of giving flanking commands. See how the dog's going right to left. Sometimes that will work. Sometimes putting the dog where you want the sheep to go will draw them to the dog. It sounds very silly, but it works very effectively on sheep like this. Some of us don't have, a lot of people don't have the experience, or the dogs have had the experience on sheep like these. These are wool sheep that are range sheep, So they're not used to being broken up. So you're definitely seeing what we call the flight zone or the fight zone. And so there's just a middle road that you always have to be on with this sheep that. So nicely done. He's got him in there. He just gets him past this plane. And one of the things, since we're running so fast, and once the dog pins, they're whipping around behind instead of holding this side. So that dog was thinking about taking him out, but he hadn't actually put him all the way in yet. So now he's got to get it settled down again. Because the sheep are saying, well, we went in there. Now we want to go to our pen too. So they're. And here we go again. Got the pin. Nicely done. And we have the time whistle. 5 minutes.
All right, up next we have Richard Bisnet and LB3 Sam, followed by Nicholas Corville and SD Stone, and then Mark Stelling and Rico.
All right, they're talking about that there's a couple dogs up in cattle that we haven't seen down here that are hanging tree dogs, which is a breed that was developed by Gary Erickson several years ago for good cow dogs. It's a mix of several breeds. And we have Richard and LB3 Sam. They come to us from Wilton, California. Sam is a 6-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing together for 4 years, and he owns this dog. So he's going out on the outrun. And that was the hello, or the lift is what we call it in herding terms. And when he's doing the fetch right now. And they're definitely pulling to this left side. So now he's got to turn him back around because we have to go through this panel 1. So he's making it through the panel, but we got to get him turned. He's got to clear the panel and then get him turned and come towards us. There we go. And handlers use a stand or stop or down, or that commonly at that long whistle is a down whistle, single toned. All right, we're heading to panel number 2. And they've all made number 2. They're now heading to number 3. Little one on the outside still thinking about, I'd rather go to the pen. This group looks like all a younger group. It's about a 5-foot opening over there. They need to enter it and they need to exit it. The full points on number 3. And the line to number 4 is a little bit on the other side of that panel. Would put you on the correct side of number 4. but he's hanging on to him, so he might just sneak him around the corner here. So that worked since he kept him off the draw of that back fence. Nicely done, number 4. Now we're on to our pen.
Hey, come on. Wait. No. Come on. There, walk up. Walk up.
Okay, now he's using his verbal commands. Again, come by is clockwise, and if you want to think about the sheep as the center of the clock. And we're going to try to sneak him around this corner and point him at that back of the pen corner. And we need to have all 5 in.
Pen.
And that's a pen.
Get out. Away. Lie down. Lie down. Away.
So we want to get those sheep over there, but they've put the gate now kind of at a funny angle from yesterday. The sheep are not very sure about people, so they've got to kind of turn and come in. And the time is finished. He's going to run out of time. It's close here. Oh, there's the time. Darn. All right, those are always heartbreakers, even for us up in the gallery. Just takes one wrong step, and and it is all or nothing. I'm getting that confirmed.
SD Stone, and then we'll have Mark Stelling and Rico, and then number 9, Kaylee Pink and BCB.
All right, we have Nicholas and SD Stone coming in the ring. Charlo, Montana is where they come from. And they have a male 8-year-old border collie that they've been trialing for 6 years. They've been an NCA regional champion 2022, Cache Valley 2026, sheep and cattle champ day 1 in February. Cache Valley 2026 cattle champion. All right, the dog is off, doing his outrun. And he's kind of coming in a little short on their heads. But he's doing a nice job getting them turned and heading to that first panel.
Lie down. Away. Lie down. Come by. Down. Walk.
And he's through the first panel.
Come by. Lie down. Walk.
Now we're coming across. He needs to come to number 2.
Come by. Down. Away. Down. Hey. Come by. Down. Walk. Walk up. Hey. Away.
And we got them all through number 2. The sheep know that that's where they are now. So now they've got into this corner.
Lie down. Come by. Come
All
by.
right, he's got to get them turned so they see the opening of that hole. There's a couple panels down there that make it look like a wall. There we go, and through number 3. Now he's heading across to number 4. And he's got a lot of straight lines. He just kind of lost time when they went back to the pin there. They have 5 minutes for this course. They need to do every sheep go through every panel.
Down. Come by. Come by. Lie down. Walk. Walk up. Come by. Lie down.
You can see the pretty mountains in the background. It's a beautiful valley. We're here in Afton, Wyoming at the MSSA finals. This is the largest stock event, single stock event around. It's being broadcasted all over. I know people in Europe that are watching. They say there are people in Australia all getting on at different hours of the day to see what we're doing here or going on the feed after it's ran. So it's great seeing these great dogs work. Now to get here, you have to qualify. To qualify, you have to place at some of the local trials, and you get points for that. And currently, they've been allowing everybody who enters to come, but the rate that it's growing, they might actually have to hold to their limits coming up. We'll see what happens next year.
Lie down. Come by.
Pin.
Come by.
That's the pin. Now we're going to the repin. And if you see where that gate is, it's kind of towards at an angle there. So the sheep are having a hard time seeing where it is now. It was over on the side. So you definitely have to see where that opening is. Nicely done. The time is 3:34. Nicely done.
Good job, Nicholas and Stone. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:34. Up next, we'll have Mark Stelling and Rico, followed by number 9, Kaylee Heinman and BCB, and then number 10, Kelly Clark, Fonk Alsrud, and Maya.
All right. Number 8, Mark Stelling and Rico from Hollister, California. It's near where I grew up. Great little community. Male border collie, 7 years old, has been trialing for 6 years. All right. So I'll talk about how it would be judged. So if you were the handler for stepping in might have gotten something off. The dog coming in a little tight and then on the lift off away from the line of where that panel was. So that's also losing time in those things. So it's not a whole lot different, but still the straightest lines are going to make the difference. And so now again, he's a little offline coming to number 2 because the panel is over here. So he's moving his way over here. And again, in time and points, you're just losing time. So in the other, you would be losing points. So that we're not so far apart in what we do.
Away. Down. Walk. Walk. Down. Here. Come by. Come by. Down. 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 Come by. Hey. Come by. Down. Away. There. Come by. There. Away. There. It's pretty tough to come in, get 1 or 2 shots and all ready to make to the feet. Walk. Come by. Down. Away. Down. Come by. Down. Away. Come by. Come by. Down. Away. There. Down. Down. Listen. Away.
All right, we're heading over to number 4.
There. Come by. Walk.
And again, we have this strong pull. Both ends of the arena, the sheep know that that's where the stock is coming out and being released to.
There. Come by.
The come by is a clockwise maneuver. If you think about the sheep in the center, the dog is doing clockwise, a little bit tight, so that's going to make it a little overrun there. And then he's going to turn in.
Come by.
So if it was being scored, there would be point deductions for all that action that happened. And he was just taking up a little bit of time during that.
Away. 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 Down. Come by. Down. Down. Walk. Pen. Down.
So all I'm doing is comparing the differences between the timed event and how an event could be scored if we were in another venue. Many of the other venues actually score what's happening, and it's still the smoothest runs. So that was 3:16 on that run with a total time of 2:70.
Good job, Mark and Rico, with a full score of 270 and a time of 3:16. Up next, we'll have number 9, Kaylee Hyman in BCB, followed by number 10, Kelly Clark, Bonkos Red in Maya, and then number 11, Nina Clark in NC Bennett.
All right, you can take a look at MSSA rules on the website. This is a time and points. So occasionally I talk about what some of the other venues do, as I am a judge for other venues. So just trying to show that there's a comparison that a smooth, controlled, straightest line course is a good way to be controlling your stock on this time and points. This is Kaylee and BCB. They come to us from Elgin, Oregon. And this is a 2-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing together for a year. She's off on her outrun, coming on this come by side or go by side, clockwise. And now this is the lift where she's going to say hello to her sheep and pick them up. And heading to this first panel. Since this is time and points, if the time matched and the points matched, this panel right there, that is the tiebreaker. So they are taking that time, writing it down, and that will be the tiebreaker. Now we're coming to number 2 here. We are in the intermediate class. This level, the handler's line is right there. There's an orange ribbon over there. The handler has to stay back in this section, this back, I don't know, what is this, 40 feet of this arena. They can walk all the way across. So it's not like yesterday where the handlers were stuck inside the pen. These handlers have a little more latitude. Now they're coming across to number 4. And once they exit number 4, the handler can go anywhere. The other rule is usually you can't walk through any obstacles. But once they're done with number 2, they can walk through this number 2 to work the pen. And now he's on the center pin. All right, so again, just like the last time, you got to make sure we keep the dog on the side of the pen because they get excited, think that the pinning is done, and they want to go back to the repen. So the dog came to the back side there. So this is a patience dance. The fastest time was the last dog that ran with the 3:16.
Stand.
All right, the judge called the pin. All right. With a time of 2:59. 370. I am next
Good
to
job,
the,
Kaylee.
this
That
is the
beat
fastest
that
time
is
now.
a full score of 270 and a time of 2:59.
So that's our
Up
leader at
next,
this
we'll have
time.
number 10, Kelly Fonkel's-Red and Maya, followed by number 11, Nina Clark and NC Beth, and then number 12, Stacy Bisnet and LB3 Jane.
All right, I didn't get the book on, so I'll get it up in a minute. The dog is off and going. This is all or nothing. They need to get all 5 head through all. All right, this is all time and points. So she needs to come through this center number 1. Once they come through there, they will take this time, and that is the tiebreaker. All right, now they need to come to this number 2. Keeping it nice and steady. And then covering, they've got number 2. So this is Mountain State Stock Dog Finals. We are in Afton, Wyoming. Beautiful day, sun is shining. You can see the mountains in the background. When we're down at this inn, that you can't see it right now, but when we're working number 2, you can see the field where they're running sheep out there today. All right, this number 3's been challenging, but she's got her stock right on through it. Now the line to number 4 is kind of behind these panels, so she's doing a nice job. You don't really want to get back to that repin because the magnet pull of the sheep that's coming out of that pin and know that there's a gate down there, they want to go there. There's some green surveyor's tape on the poles. That is the plane of the obstacle. It's been opened up. It's about 6 feet there, so it's a lot bigger opening. Now she got all 5 through there. Now she's heading to the pen, and everybody has to get in the pen. The handler can be on inside the wings, but cannot be inside the actual pen. And the judge will call the pen once all 5 sheep are past that line, and he just called it. They call it fast. And now we have to go to the repen. And again, we need all sheep in the repen. This is a total time of 5 minutes. The idea of time and points is that the time is very tight. So the smooth runs would make the difference. So she did a good job helping her dog, getting the pen. And the time is 2:51.
Good job, Kelly and Maya. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 2:51. Up next, we'll have number 11, Nina Clark and NC Beth, followed by number 12, Stacy Bisnet and LB3 Jane, and number 13, Kat Tufel and Coco.
All right, this is Nina Clark and NC Beth. She comes to us from Cisco, Texas. A female 3-year-old border collie. They've been trialing for 2 years. This is the 2025 MSS Sheep Reserve Champion. She's calling for her sheep now. The handler's line is in front of where they are. There's a orange ribbon lined up with the wings of the pen over on this wall. So she can move laterally anywhere along that line. Well, now I have somebody that's not a dog person asking me questions, so I'm going to answer some of them because they're good. I said I needed ideas. So now they're going through the fetch panels. That's the tiebreaker. The idea of the whistle is it takes the emotion out of the commands. It's easier to hear when the wind was blowing pretty hard yesterday. And if you're out in the open field, you're at a greater distance. So those are the reasons that they're using the whistles. The training of these dogs begins when they're tiny puppies. So their instinct is to fetch and bring livestock to you. The Border Collie is known for being a kind of fast starting dog. So we're seeing dogs competing in that nursery trial yesterday at 6 months old, because if they were here at finals and qualified in nursery and they were 1.5 years old, that meant they were 6 months old when they were competing at this high level at the local trials. So I am trying to give you the age of each of these dogs. This particular dog is a 3-year-old Border Collie, and they've been trialing for 2 years. So she's been trialing for a year. Now, some of the other breeds, like I have Australian Shepherds, and they're just not quite mentally to take this much command pressure. And so I personally believe I take things like slowly. So my dog is 7 years old that's running in this event. And there probably will not be anybody on the mic when I'm running. So it just depends on the dog for me if they're going how they're going to train and how long. And the training continues forever. You're constantly tuning on the dogs. I trialed a dog till they were 13, and every day is a training day, and you're keeping them sharp. Most of these handlers are interested in cattle. The sheep was kind of the second kid on the block, and most of these handlers don't work ducks, even though that's an animal that we see a lot in AKC and ASCA events. And American Herding Breed, there's all these other programs. So this group, they put them on sheep and cattle very early because that is their main interest. A lot of these dogs are working on working ranches. Some of the main people that are here, they're using these dogs on cow pairs. So they need these dogs out there working and helping them, getting things done. So she's at the pen. She's got a nice time going. All right, he called the pen, so we're now going to the repen. So this event, I only have one dog with me, and she's not a nursery dog. So I have had one run each day. It's up to the handler if they're running on sheep and cattle, and you qualify for that during the year. So you would need to go to local events and run on sheep and cattle if you want to come in that level and in that and get points throughout the year. And the year is from May 1st to April 31st. The sheep all have to be in there. No dog in the pen and the gate shut. 4:44 is the official time, and 2:70.
Good job, Nina and Beth. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 4:44.
So
Up next, we'll have number 12, Stacy Bisnet and LB3 Jane, followed by number 13, Cat Tufel and Coco, and then number 14, Shirley Shawn and Lucky.
So most of the time at our local trials, you'll have multiple events. You'll be running sheep and cattle and doing more runs. But here at MSSA, in my case, I'm only running one class each day because I'm in sheep and cattle. So we are working on round 2 of the intermediate sheep. And tomorrow we'll be getting all the finals. People who qualified and are at the top end will run for the final run. And for their combined, they call it an ultimate. So all those things are coming up. So this is Stacy and LB3, and they come to us from Wilton, California. And this is an 8-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing for 7 years and is owned by Richard Bisnet. This is a novice dog of the year for 2024. All right, we're heading to number 2 here. And we need to get all 5 through this panel. Number 2 is a little bit towards us here. They're like, if we go in the pen, we're all done. Oh, darn, we have to go somewhere else. Right, and we want to turn them to keep them off that draw. Nice. Heading to number 3. Okay, number 3 has an entrance and an exit. It's the only one on this course. So there's several things about MSSA that are their rules. You can run without a collar, you don't have a herding stick, you can't run. They'll set the handlers' lines, and they always give you what the point line is and where the entries and exits are. And then there's something called dirty, and this is the only panel that it really could happen on. If one went around and came back in on the entry side, then the group would be dirty and you would have to exit them out and bring them back in. We haven't had any examples of that. It's everybody has been clean today, so haven't had an example of it. This panel is just the plane of the obstacle. So you can see the yellow ribbon. It's kind of at an angle, but it is about a 6-foot opening there. Now we're coming up to the pen, and the handler can move. Normally you cannot walk through any obstacles, but number 2 now is not in play, so they have said that they can walk anywhere. So she nicely has them settled, and they were looking at the back of the pen. It's kind of a dance here and being very quiet. If you get rushed, they come flying out. So in this intermediate class, we have 34 dogs. This arena will probably run about 100 dogs today because we'll run 2 other classes. So on Tuesday, they told us that they had run almost 400 dogs that day. So, or 400 runs, not and I had heard a number of about 2,000 dogs are here on the premises. And our dinner last night that they served us was very busy. So the town of Afton is very welcoming and excited to have us here. Met a little 4-H'er. He's taking care of his pig here, and the whole family's visiting us and wanting to know what we're doing because it brings a lot of people into their community. Now the dog has to be out of the pen and the gate closed, and the time is 4:30. Good job.
Good job, Stacy and LB3 Jane with a full score of 270 and a time of 4:30. Up next, we'll have number 13, Cat Tufo and Coco, followed by number 14, Shirley Schultz and Lucky. We'll have number 15, Kaylee Hyman and Celeste Jacob.
All right, 2:51 is the fastest time at this point. I'll name some of our big sponsors. Nutrina has sponsored each of these arenas. We are at the Truman Powered Arena. She is now calling for her sheep. She is from Ontario, Oregon. And Coco is a 5.5-year-old border collie, and they've been trialing together for 2 years. So she hit it with a come by, a verbal command, because the dog wasn't responding. All right, through the center line. So the whistle is a little tricky to learn. And you have to spend time. So one of the games is to be able to play Yankee Doodle Dandy on the whistle. If you can do that, then you've got control of all the tones. And you have to be very clear because the tones are very similar. You have to get your favorite whistle. I've only mastered a couple of the whistles. And I find that I always have all these other things I want to say to the dog that I just want to stay connected with. And I'm a little sound sensitive, so you'll notice I'll turn the outside sound off if they're blowing the whistle too much, because boy, does it get loud. Because I'm hearing it through my headsets, plus they're blowing it on the field. So trying to make sure you don't get blasted there at home. Glad you guys are all watching. We have lots of sponsors that would take advantage and watch the screen when we're on commercials. Might be somebody close to you that you have an opportunity. There's definitely some businesses that aren't just stock related. Right, we need to get them turned to number 4. She's got a nice time going. You can see the beautiful mountains in the background. I want to tell you a little bit about this group that's putting on all the helping us do this live feed. They have all the fancy equipment. This is the locals that they do all these sporting events. So they all live here in Afton, Wyoming, and in the surrounding areas. It's young kids doing all the videoing. There's producers. So to give you an idea how many people are here, there's about 3 young juniors in the back stock handling. There's a judge sitting here judging and calling it. There's a scribe and there's a timer. And everybody is watching this run. And then there's me, I'm commentating. So we have the producer behind us is making sure that you get some of our sponsors showed up. And we have a camera person. Then we have an exhaust person that's over here opening the gate for us. And that's just this ring. And sometimes we have a gate person that's making sure that people are coming in the ring, but we're all in order this morning, so it's pretty clear in up front how it's going to happen. When we get into the nursery and open dogs, they can be in other rings because they're running multiple dogs in multiple levels.
Come, away, out, away. Yeah, come by. Come by. Shh. Come by. Come by. Push up. Come by. Come. There.
Okay, so we got to get everything settled and calmed.
Come by. Come by. Come by. Away.
So they'll accumulate all the scores. You should be able to see 1 and 2 results this afternoon up on the screen to see where everybody is standing. Now we're going over to the pen. And the gate's closed. 4:14.
Start thinking in tenths and hundredths of a second. Most time it's pretty dang close to that.
Good job, Cat and Coco. That's a full score in a time of 4:14. Up next, we're going to have number 14, Shirley Scholes and Lucky, followed by number 15, 16, 49,
All right, we are in Afton, Wyoming, which is the gateway to Jackson Hole, the Grand Tetons, and Yellowstone Park. This community's opened it up. It's got the largest antler arch right in the middle of town with all their great little restaurants. And we have Shirley Scholes coming in the arena from Richland, Oregon. And she's running Lucky. She's running in both cattle and sheep. This is an 8-year-old border collie that she's been running for 6 years. It was the 2025 Intermediate Ultimate Stock Dog Reserve Champion, 2025 third place Intermediate Cattle, and a Cut Hair Loose 2024 Intermediate Champion. So some of the handlers put a lot of information. Hopefully next year, since they gave us the books this year and we were able to look things up, they'll give us a little bit more information about themselves. So I don't know everybody. All right, we got to get them turned around. This is an all or nothing. Every head of sheep needs to come through every panel. So we have all 5. So sometimes I'm just talking about the differences in other programs just because you see there's not a big difference between the two, because the straightest line, the most control of the livestock, is going to have the fastest time as well. So we're turning and going in through number 4. Now we're turning them to number 3. Nicely done. Dog's holding them against the draw. Again, the draw is like a magnet pulling them to go to that repen. But she took control. We're looking for all the noses to be going forward in the right direction, aimed at the panel. And when that happens, everybody moves forward. We don't want the sheep looking at the dog. See how their little ears are all back? You know the dog is totally connected and keeping them going forward. Now she should be flanking her a little bit to get them to that panel. She's using away. That's a counterclockwise command. And go by or come by is a clockwise or as time goes by. Okay, 1 has not gone through, so she'll have to redo that. And there is a thing called dirty, and that only really comes in play with panel number 3. So this plane is where those green ribbons that you see down there, I guess there's a pole in front of one of them. Where the pole is the other green ribbon. It's about a 5-foot opening. All right, she's got number 4. Now she's on the pin. Sometimes when the voice gets fast, for those who asked about the whistle, that's where the emotions can affect. It got the dog a little excited. So whereas if the whistle, you give the straight whistle command, they might not rush as much. And that's a pin. Now she's going to the repen. And you want to get over there. You can't run, so she's doing the MSSA fast walk, a crazy maneuver. She got him over there doing it. And get the gate closed. And her time is 3:22. And as I said, I'm next to the timers.
Nice work, Shirley and Lucky. A full score of 270 and a time of 3:22. Up next, we're going to have number 15, Kaylee Heinman and /J Cap, followed by number 16, Irby Chandler and Nan. Then number 17, Deb Doman and Blue.
All right, we have lots of sponsors. Neutrina is the big one. They have their name on all of the arenas and help support us. You cannot do these events without the sponsorship. Supporting your local events is great. The After Tourism is one of the main ones, and Country Vet Natural Foods. They actually supplied all the shirts that we were given. So those are the three large donors. And now we have Kaylee and /J Cap. Cap is also running in cattle. It's a male, 5-year-old border collie, and they've been running together for 4 years, and they are the DOY Cattle NCA champion for 2026. She's on her way through this first panel, and there's your tiebreaker and points on 1. Now she's heading over here to number 2. We got to come around. They need to come over to our side here and come through number 2. And they 3 went around. This is an all or nothing. So they need to come back around. So they have, they combined yet 2 days ago's sheep run with this run to go to the final go around. And then they have what they call the ultimate, which is a combined between sheep and cattle for those that are running in both.
All or nothing only on the last obstacle.
All right, we're coming into the pen. We've had a lot of people finish this. The fastest time was 2:51. So this is really a patience game, but they know the clock is ticking. The nerves get to them. These are intermediate handlers. Sheep, the second round. So they're going to combine these two scores to decide who goes to the final go around. And the finals will be handled on Friday and Saturday. And then have to have the whole part of the sheep past that line of that pin. Hopefully you can see that there. And the handler can be inside those wings if they want to be. And nicely done. She stepped off the gate and got him in, and dog held him. What was time? Time was 3:10.
Good job, Kaylee and Cap. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 3:10. Up next, we'll have number 16, Irby Chandler and Nan, followed by number 17, Deb Doman and Blue. Then number 18, Kelly Clark Bonsall Rudd and Billy.
All right, some of our additional sponsors is Got Dog, Coal Creek Stock Dogs, Mill Iron S Ranch, Advantage Plus Federal Grant Credit Union, HR Stock Dogs, Flying Fins Border Collies, Phil and Kelly Fonkalsrud, Johnson Crane. All right. Number 16 is Irby Chandler and Nan. They're kind of teasing him because he had 4 sheep yesterday and we had to call his dog back. He is running in both with his female border collie that's 5 years old. He's been trialing her for 3 years. All right, he got them turned. That is his timeline and makes the first panel, heading to number 2 here. And he's making the turn. And you're going to notice that a lot of these dogs have a very different style of working. This dog is a little stronger eyed than the last dog. It's very flat when it lays down, very low to the ground and creepy. And it's got very nice control over stock. Some are more upright, staying on their feet more often. So we want them to go fluidly through this panel to get the points for this panel. And that panel is complete. Now we're going to head across to number 4. We want to keep control of them so that they don't feel the draw of that other pen. Both ends are pens that they have gone into, but the exhaust is up here, nicely coming through. That's about a 6-foot opening, even though it's kind of on an angle. The other mark is where the post is. To qualify for MSSA, you got to go to some of the local trials. So go to MSSA.com and see where the trials are near you. He doesn't quite have that one end, so as soon as it leaned, he got that. All right. He's heading over to his pen, trying not to run, doing a fast walk. It's the MSSA shuffle. One year, a junior did a video, just the handlers going to the post, and it was hilarious. It'd be great to have that again. It was quite entertaining. All right, nicely done. 2:30 is the official time.
Good job, Irby and Nan. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 2:30.
So that is our new leader.
Up next, we have number 17, Deb Doman in blue, followed by number 18, Kelly Clark Fonselred and Millie, and then number 19, Austin Kleka and Ember.
So I'm going to be leaving you in a couple dogs. All right, here comes Deb Doman and Blue. They come to us from Raymond, Nebraska. Blue is also in cattle. He was born October 7th, 2018. He's a border collie, and they've been trialing together for 6 or so years. All right, she's setting her dog up, trying to get the dog to look down at this end, because when we come in, the dogs can see the sheep back there, so making sure they see the sheep coming out. And the time has started as soon as those sheep come out, or the dog takes off. This is time and points. Now we're trying to get the straightest line to that number 1, so we have a short tie time, and that one was 19. I occasionally can hear it, so that's a good time. Now she's coming to number 2. How they use that tie time is if they have the same amount of points with the exact same time, they will use that as the tiebreaker. Nicely keeping them off that draw corner, but they're still leaning to it. There we go. The handler can walk this lateral place to that ribbon. She's getting close to the handler's line for those that were asking. And then they can come all the way back over here. And now that she's done number 2, she can walk through that if she wanted to. So compared to the last dog, this is a little looser-eyed dog, running a little freer, more up on his feet. And you're seeing the sheep are reacting nicely to this dog. There's no good, bad, or different. They're just different styles. All breeds of dogs have a range of styles. So the breed, predominantly there's Border Collies here. I have not seen a list of what dogs are trialing, so I'm only at the sheep arena. So I've seen some crossbreds, I've seen some Kelpies, Australian Shepherds. I did hear that there's some hanging tree dogs up in the cattle arena. That's a breed that was developed by Gary Erickson several years ago using Border Collie, Kelpie, Aussie, and now the 4th breed's escaping me. Oh, Catahoula, I believe. They are quite useful dogs. A lot of these people are working on sheep or cattle farms, so they're using these dogs on a daily basis. And some people do it as a hobby. All right. He'll call the pen, and now we're moving to the repen. The time doesn't stop until all sheep are in the pen. The dog cannot be in the pen. All of them march in, and the gate is closed. 2:39 is the 49 is the official time. All right.
Next up, we got Kelly and Millie. Then we got Austin, Clecca, and Ember. Then Mark Stelling and G.S. Bear.
Right, some of our other sponsors, Johnson Grain, Rising Double Kelpies, Hacienda Angus, JB Waterwell, Red Baron Drive-In, Wyoming Traders, Diane Barnes, Alan Vortman. All right, Kelly Clark Folksman and Millie are off and running. I have a little note here how to say her last name. All right, Kelly comes to us from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm looking for Millie. And I didn't find her. Grace, Maya. Sorry. All right, she's on number 2, having a nice run. Heading to number 3. Out the picture right now, if you look out there, that is where the sheep and cattle field trial is being held. I believe they're running sheep out there today. I don't see anything moving at the moment. We're heading to number 3. So this obstacle has an entrance and an exit. It's about 6 feet wide. They widened it from yesterday. It was pretty tight, 3 to 4 feet wide yesterday. And again, this panel is a little at the angle. You see the post and is one side of it, but it's about a 5-foot opening, and then the yellow tape that you see there. So they have now cleared it. All 5 head have come through. Now we're heading to the pen.
Lie down. Walk. Come by. Come by. Lie down. Come by. Lie down.
And she's nicely, calmly walking them in.
Pen.
And that's a pen.
Walk. Walk up, Millie. Walk up. Come on. Walk up. Walk up. Lie down. Away. Away. Lie down. Come by. Walk. Come on, Millie. Come on. Come on. Lie down.
heading to the repen. And in they go. The gate is closed. 2:24 is the official time. And we matched them. All right. Some additional sponsors: Harris Stock Dogs, Gallopin Paws Ranch, Mink Heavy Duty Sales, Windmill Stock Dog, Rock Creek Stock Dog, Creeper Border Collies, Alpine Animal Hospital,
Nice job, Kelly and
WorkingStockDogs.com. All right, this is Austin and Ember. Ember is a 2-year-old Border Collie, and they've been trialing a year. So that meant this dog was a year old when she started competing with it. So these Border Collies, this is instinct to fetch and bring them to you. You should be able to, but then having to adjust it, those are trained. And when the dog is driving them away, that is a trained behavior versus what their instinct brings out. The dog should want to hold that draw side to bring them because the handler was standing over here. Now he's moving, so it's more of a drive for the dog. The handler's line is all the way across here. This will be the last dog. I'll be off the mic for a little bit to get my dog ready to run. He's got him nicely calmed down, coming through this panel. All right. Now he's heading over there. And I better finish all my sponsors that I was listing. Greater Canine Minerals, D&D Mini Ranch, Tegler's Oil Services, Pride and Joy Dairy, Kurtzton Munden, Marge Vincent, Moore Express Incorporated. All right, he's through number 3. All these sponsors, we couldn't do things with unless they were helping support this event. Sponsors make the difference. All right, this is all time and points. We've had quite a few dogs finish. We are on the 18th, 19th dog, and we have 34 dogs to complete this class. One of the things when I used to watch at home, I was wondering, why were we going to commercials? Well, some of the things on the commercials is when we're switching between handlers or moving stock out of the arena or moving stock to others. There's also handlers meetings. Or yesterday when the wind kicked up, we were fixing tarps on occasion, fixing panels, fixing things if we needed to. So that's what's going on when you're seeing advertisements. So take an advantage and look at those ads that are put up by our sponsors. And the first time I came, I thought, oh, I'm going to be able to hear all this commentary in real life. But nobody can hear it. Only you guys out in the land across the country, across the world. Hear about people in Europe and Australia watching. It's great. All right. And his time is 3:23. All right, thanks you guys. I'll be back in a bit.
Come by. There. Away. There. Come by. There. Come by. There. Walk. Away. Down. Away. Walk. Walk. Here. Here. Walk. Walk. Wait. Here. Here. Wait. Here. There. Down. Come by. There. Walk. Come by. There. Come by. There. Walk. Walk. Come by. Come by. There. Walk. Come by. There. Walk. Come by. There. Come by. There. Walk. Come by. There. Away. There. Come by. There. Away. There. Come by. There. Walk. Walk. Away. Down. Come by. Come by. Down. Walk. Walk. Away. Down. Come by. There. Walk. Away. Come by. Come by. There. Away. Come by. Come by. Come by. Come by. Down. Walk. Come by. Come by. Get out. Come by. Come by. Come by. There. Walk. Come by. There. There. Come by. There. Man. Here. Down. Here. 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 Come by. Down. Walk. Down. Walk. Away. There. Walk. Walk. Down. There. There. There.
Nice job, Mark and Bear. Up next, we got number 21, Cindy Coleman and Mers. Then 22, Jordan Kilpack. And 23 is Brittany Short.
There. Come by. Come by. There. Oh, wait. There. Come by. There. Come by. Come by. There. Walk. 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 There. Oh. There. Come. There. Down. Come by. Come by. Come by. Oh, wait. There, down. Walk. Oh, now. Oh, walk. Walk. Oh, there. Walk. There, come. There. Walk. Oh, wait. There. Come. There. Walk. Come. Come. There. Come by. There. Come. Come by. There.
Away. There. Away. There. What? Come. Hey. Come. 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 Come by. There. Walk. Walk. Come by. There. Down. Come. Come. There. There. Get out. There. Down. Get. Come. There. Down. Down. Get. Down. Hey. Mern, come by. Come. Walk. Down, down. Come. Oh, wait, I mean. Walk up, walk up. Ah, down. Mern. Oh, wait. Get out. Down. Down. Down, down.
Nice job, Cindy and Merman. Full points 270 and a time of 2:38. Up next, we got Jordan Kilback and Dude. Then 23, Shirley Schultz, PDR Bow. 24 is Cat Tupel and Delta.
Hey! Walk. Walk, walk. Walk, 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 walk. Walk. Walk up, walk. Oh, wait, lie down. Lie down. Walk, 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 walk. Walk, walk, walk. Walk up, walk, walk, walk. Dude, walk up. Walk up. Walk, walk. Walk, walk. Oh, wait. Walk up, walk, walk. Get up. Walk. Walk. Get up, get up. Get up, let's go. Get up, walk, 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 walk. Hey! Lie down, get out. Lie down. Lie down. Walk. 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 Get out. Lie down. Yeah. Walk. Get up. Get out. Get out. Walk. 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 Lie down. Lie down, dude. Get out. Walk up. Let's go. Get up. Walk, walk, walk. Lie down. Oh, wait. Get out. Get out. Yeah. Lie down. Yeah. Lie down. Get out. Get out. Get out. Lie down. Lie down. Get out. Yeah. Lie down. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Lie down. Walk. Walk. Get out. Oh, wait. Get. Lie down. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Walk. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down.
There. Down. Away. Lie down. Are they clear?
Not yet.
Right here, Bo. Come here. Walk up. Lie down. Away. Come on. Go here. Go here. Go! What are you doing? Come by. There, lie down. Walk up. Lie down. That'll do. Come here. Oh, wait. Down. There. Walk up. There. Hey! Hey! Lie down. Lie down. Oh, wait. There. Lie down. Walk up. Get down. Come by. Right here. Walk up. Lie down. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There. Down. Walk. Lie down. Come by. There. Come by. Come by. Down. Away. Away. There. Down. 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 Walk up. Here. Come. 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 There. Here. Walk up. Walk up. Down. Come by. There. Down. Come by. Down. Away. There. Lie down. Come. 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 There. Here. Here. Away. Away. There. Here. Lie down. Walk up. Lie down. Come by. Here. Down. Down.
10.
Come by. Come by. Come by. Come. Come. Right there, Bill. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Lie down. Walk. 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 Away. There. Come. 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 Down. Down. Woo! They barely saved that one, Bo.
Yeah, we can recycle yours from here, either one.
Oh, well, these barely filled our. Nice job, Shirley.
Novice, we will have one in there. So you're gonna take in these. We'll finish this class.
What was the time for Shirley? Could you tell me what time it was?
Just hold on, they're judging.
4:55.
Go!
Shh.
All right, this is Kate and Delta working on the first obstacle. And where's Delta? There he is. FFINS. Delta is a 5-year-old female border collie. Been running her for 2 years. She's owned by Christopher. There we are, going through number 2. Okay, left a little early. Oh, I thought I'd come join. All right, the town of Afton, Wyoming is where we're located for the Mountain State Stock Dog Finals. To compete here, you have to qualify at the local shows, so you can go on mountainstatestockdogassociation.com website and see the events that are closest to you. Along with that, there's the rules. Some of the interesting rules is the dog cannot wear a collar, and that's partially due to possibly being injured, or sometimes high handlers will weight the collars or do things like that. So no collar is on, and there's no herding sticks. So most of the other programs allow you to have a herding stick for the livestock or the directing the dog, so they want no training aids to assist you. The other thing is you can't run. No running is allowed, so everything's supposed to be on the human's part. The handler's line on this course is right here, kind of, I don't know, parallel with the pen. There's some surveyor's tape. So these are the intermediate handlers on sheep, and so they have a little more latitude where they can move. And the goal is to turn all those heads to stop looking at that dog. And so there's a warning because it was okay to bite the nose, but it's not okay to... Okay, so she's working on number 4. So the sheep are like, okay, we'll just do pen right now. Down they go. So she's using traditional commands. Away is counterclockwise. Go by is clockwise. And we've had a couple sheep that are just persistent at going at the dog. Got to give them a little bit more space and stay off their eye, which now we've got them all moving away from the dog. Okay, now we're on the pen. Sometimes turning the dog to the bums of the sheep will get the sheep to turn because they have to believe there's an opening, and stopping the dog when giving them a little relief after the sheep moves. If it keeps coming in, they get, why is that dog sneaking up on us?
Next up, we got Diane Prather and Jackson. Judge needs to take a little break. After Diane is going to be number 26, Gilberto Valdez and Nova. And then 27 is Jan Mason and Chuck It Up Blue 9.
All right, the judge is on a little break, just reminding you all our sponsors. We'd really like to thank them. Can't put on an event like this without a large group of sponsors. Nutrina is on all 4 of these arenas that are running today. The Afton Tourism, the Country Vet Naturals Pet Foods. They supplied us with all our shirts that were given to us and that were worn in the picture yesterday. Got Dog, Cold Creek Stock Dogs, Mill Iron S Ranch, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, HR Stock Dogs, Flying Fins Border Collies, Phil and Kelly Funk. Oh, I don't have my cheat sheet. Focals Rude, Johnson Grain, Rising W Kelpies, Hacienda Angus, JB Waterwell, Red Baron Drive-In, Wyoming Traders, Diane Barnes, Alan Bortman. That's only half of them.
Thank you, Charlie. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Cooper. You too, Toby and Jody and Daisy and Sadie and Gracie. Your loyalty means everything to us, which is why we perfected the recipes behind our food and included special support for mobility and immunity. Find premium nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/loyallife. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
Once again with Brian Jacobs from California. Brian, how long have you been with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association?
Since the beginning. I've only missed one of their finals. So,
what keeps you coming back?
It's the biggest event in the country and the best competition, and they run a really good show here. And a lot of my clients work all year to come here, so that's why we keep coming.
That's Brian Jacobs out of California here in Afton for the Mountain State Stock Dog Association Finals.
It's a long haul to Afton, but for folks like Irby and Jerry, the National Stock Dog Finals are worth it.
Yeah, they do it right. They have good people running it, and they always have good cattle. And then it's kind of a vacation. We just like to come up here and enjoy the area.
We came, what, 1,200 miles?
12, 13. It takes us 3 days to get here, but it's worth it.
Catch Irby and Jerry and more in Afton, Wyoming for the Mountain State Stock Dog Association Finals. 10 years in and the largest in the country.
We're good.
All right. We are back with our judge back. This is Diane Prather from Tolosa, New Mexico. This is a 5-year-old border collie, and they've been running in 4 years. This is the intermediate class. So this is based on the handler's skill level. So that's nicely through the center line panels. Now we're heading to number 2. All right, now we've completed 2. It's just this plane of where the number 2 is. Need to cover them off this draw. heading to number 3. So you MSS mountainstatestockdog.com, you can go to and see current results. So this is the round 2 of sheep for the intermediate. So today they're going to be finalizing who's going to go to finals the next 2 days in sheep and cattle. So you need to trial to compete here. You need to trial at MSSA trials locally and get points, and then you're eligible to participate in the program. And then you can enter. The year in is May 1st to April 31st.
Yep, we can do that.
Well, I really got. Okay, we're going to have to do a sheep move because they're using sheep out in the field and in here. So they're going to be doing that move here shortly. So they'll probably do one of the longer tapes for you to view. Okay, so we got to get the heads of the sheep off the dog. So she's trying to flank back and forth, get the sheep to stop looking at the dog. But we have a couple that think that they should not be so nice. There we go. Got to head over to number 4. So one of the problems about doing this maneuver of right to left to get them to move is that then it's hard to get them to go forward.
Push, 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 Jack, push, 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 Jack, lie down. West.
Okay, it's moving forward here. You can see the pretty mountains in the background. The great canopies. They're a little local, I'm going to call it a hardware store, is selling those. Those are great 4th of July items. Very tempting. I don't think I have any room in my car. So we're in Afton, Wyoming. This is the largest antler arch is right in the middle of town. There's several great restaurants. There's a Marriott here in town. There's several cabins that can be stayed in. Some people have said they're in some cabins outside of town. There was only a few Airbnbs, but they seem to be a little further out. So the town likes us coming here. There's quite a few people. I haven't seen the number of entrants here. So in our catalog, which I believe is online, that you can also review the catalog, which has all the sponsorship on the back. And we have 12.
Take a quick break to move some sheep.
Well, we have 12 juniors. That's super great. All right, we're going to be on a break for moving of sheep, so we'll stop and they'll take care of that job. Thank you.
Back with the MSSA National Finals in Afton, Wyoming. I'm here with Chuck representing Neutrina here at the National Finals. Chuck, appreciate your time. It's always good to see you here at these finals. Tell us again why it's so important for Neutrina to have a presence here at this event.
No, absolutely. Yeah, we enjoy coming up here. We really like this, Steve. They invite us up. Coming into these family events, that's where That's us. We're a family business. We're a family company. We have the dog food out there. We also have all the different types of feeds available. But if we can get involved in family events, that's what this is about. We really enjoy it. We've got the different dog foods. We're giving a few different things away for all the kids that are wandering around. And if we can help get more and more kids involved in this, I think it's going to be a success all the way around.
It's always about the next generation, right? And the future. And it's not just the families that are here, but you're talking the dogs and everything. And Nutrina has such a great line of products that you guys offer for these dogs.
Yeah, we do. We actually, when it comes to these dogs, these are animals. These athletes. These are great athletes. They work so hard. You've got to be able to feed them properly. The true dog food fits really well for them. It's going to give their energy. It's going to get them back in the game quicker. Has quicker recovery time. And what you see a lot of times, just like any athlete, they need that energy level up, and they've got to be able to perform when the time comes. So that's where True comes in. We have the True Mean in there, and that's really about taking care of the gut health. And we're going to take the time and really get that absorption into their system, and that's going to keep their energy rolling throughout the day. And that's what we want to see. But also, it helps with their immune health, because like anything else, it starts with your gut, whether it be you or me or the dogs or your horse. If you keep that gut healthy, the rest of you is going to be healthy. And if it could help their immune system, that is our goal. So that's why it really fits in with this program.
Perfect. That's Chuck from California and Nutrina. If you plan on joining us in Afton, Wyoming for the national finals, make sure you come talk to Chuck and bring your kids. He has all kinds of great gifts, freebies given away, hats, frisbees, tennis balls. The kids and the dogs will like the tennis balls. So come out and see Chuck at Nutrina at the MSSA national finals.
From playful pups to cuddly kittens, Loyal Life Super Premium Pet Food makes it easy to choose the product that's just right for your pet's life stage. Every pet has their own special nutritional needs, and we've got the super premium option your family's best friend deserves.
We're with Sherry right now in the MSSA National Finals here in Afton, Wyoming. Sherry, this has been a great tradition coming to Star Valley and Afton. Why do you guys keep coming back to Afton every year?
We love Afton. It's kind of my home away from home, but for our handlers, there's a little bit for everybody. There's enough outdoor things. They can go hiking. They can go and explore. It's close to a lot of things, and so they really love this town. There's a lot to eat. There's a lot to shop, and there's a lot to do.
Perfect. Sherry Wright, director of the MSSA National Finals, on the live video broadcast here in Star Valley.
Ben. Get back. Hey.
Good job, Gilberto and Nova. That's a full score with a 24-19. Up next, we're going to have Jan Weeson and Chuckanut Blue Nile, followed by number 28, Christian Russell and KB Wick, and then number 29, Irby Chandler and Marty.
Out. Go by. Down. 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 Go by. Out. Go by. Go by. Go. Down. Down. Away to me. Out. Out. Down. Away. Out. Out. Down. Walk. Walk. Stop. 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 Walk. Stop. Way. Stop. Walk. Stop. Stop. Down. Way. Down. Walk. Go by. Down. Go. Down. Walk. Down. Go. Down. Go. Down. Clear. Away to me. Away. Down. Down. Pen. Down. Down. Way. Down. Go. Out. Out. Get out. Go by. Out. Go by. Go. Down. Down. Out. Away. Down. Down. Out. Away. Down. Down. Out. Down. Go. Down. Down. Go by. Out. Get out of it. Get out. Down. Go by. Get out. Out. Down. Down. Go by. Out. Down. In. Walk. 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 Walk.
Ben.
Away to me. Down. Walk. Down. Way to me. Down. Way to me. Away. Down. Go. Down. And down. Come here. Good girl.
Good job, Jan and Niall. That's a score 270 and a time of 309.
Thank you.
Up next, we're going to have number 28, Kristen Russell and Katie Wick, followed by number 29, Irby Chandler and Marty, and number 30, Kat Tugel and Vince Elbow.
Good luck. Lie down. Wait. There, down. Down. Lie down. Wait. There, down. Killing me with this. Walk. Walk up. Lie down. Here. Lie down. 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 Lie down. Hey, dog, stop. Come by. No. Down. Walk. Lie down. Wait. Down. Come. Down. Wait. Down. Come. Down. Quick. Away. Lie down. Down. Lie down. Come by. Turning the clock for you. Lie down. Here. Here. Lie down. Here. Lie down. Lie down. Down. Lie down. Down. Quick. Stop. Away. Down. 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 No. No. You stop that. Come here. Down. See what you did? No. No. Lie down. Away. Steady up. Lie down. Walk. Here. You are next. So much more work for yourself. Lie down. Walk up.
Yeah. Yeah. Lie down. Lie down.
All right, I'm back. This is Irby and Marty. They're working on number 4. Now they're on the pen.
Down. Down. Wait. Down. Down.
Ben?
Come on. Hey, away. Away. Wait.
All right, we are on the last
Good
4
job,
dogs.
Irby and Marty. That's a full score with a time of 3:48. Up next, we'll have Kat Tufel and Vince Elwood, followed by number 31, Silas Ivory and H.R. Lace, and then number 32, Cindy Coleman and Mr. June.
Minutes. If I want to go in the field, that's almost an hour. I think we're running to 7 an hour.
All right, thank you, Jamie. All right, this is Kate and FFINS Elwood. The dog is off. They come from Congress, Arizona.
No. This is Kat. She comes from
Oh, I'm sorry. They came. I'm on the wrong dog. See, I walk away and I get all out of whack.
This is Kat Tufel and Elwood. Dax came out of, and he's considered a gray, but they call Dax a lilac.
Down. That way. That way.
All right, I'm learning about the color of Elwood.
Just gray.
They probably call it a gray, but it's a little different color. He's not black. Or they could register him as a blue.
I'll have to look. Maybe
And so we'll have to find out what color he is.
I
So
just definitely know that Dax
this is a very experienced dog out there that's done some winning in the past. So helping this handler to be a better handler. She's been trialing him for 4 years. He's a 5-year-old dog.
Away. Away.
I think you're 100% right. Actually.
Come. Lay down.
Those things that since Dax is considered
Walk
a
up.
different color, maybe I don't really think about it.
Walk up. Steady.
All right, we're coming up on the pin here.
Walk up. Away.
And
There. Walk. Walk up.
I think the camera crew's having a little easier time with the post today.
Come by. There. Away.
Okay, now they're on the pin.
Come by. Come by. There. Lie down. Away. Away. There.
She has a lot of people who will ask have a dog.
Come by. There. Lie down. Away. There. Away. 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 There. Away. Stand.
Okay, this is a patience game.
Come by. There. Away. Come by.
There we go.
There. Away.
Just so you know, the fastest time is 2:24. That was by Millie Kelly Clark. Forkelsrud. Now we're heading to the pin. The time doesn't stop till they all go in the pin.
Yeah. Oh, she's got a cocoa, but I don't think cocoa's out of there. But it's a reddish color. Dwayne has one. Yeah, I think it's hers.
That's out of
I have no, it's not Elwood. No, because he's not related to Dax.
All right, time stops. What was it, 3:30? 3:30.
Right, and it's the kind of the color,
And
but
fur
yeah, not
points.
related to Elwood. Up next, we're going to have Silas Ivory and HR Lace, followed by number 32, Cindy Coleman and MISR June, then number 33, Brent Mataroli and GS Flynn, and then Andrea Lane and MISR Sunny, and that'll take us out of intermediate. Had that looked at and figured out before I started talking.
So do you turn that off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. We are close to the end. We only have 4 left. This is Silvis Ivory and HR Lace. They come to us from Congress, Arizona. It's a female 3-year-old border collie. He's been trialing for a year. All right, the dog is out and around. Coming up nicely on the straight line. And the time for the tiebreaker is 0.25. So where that number on that first panel is used is if the score and the time are exactly the same, then they will use that. All right, so keeping them off the draw here. You don't want them back in here. That's a lot of pressure. And then they're having a hard time thinking about going down the field after they're back here at the pen, they just want to go in there. This is day 3 or day 4. We are day 4. So they've come to this repen for 3 days, and this is their 4th day coming there. The handler line for these folks is about where the sheep are and where the dog is now. There's an orange marker over there. It comes straight across through the pen by the number 5 over to this fence, so they can cover laterally. Goodness, we have a big plane over the top of us now. It's a sunny day here in Afton, Wyoming at the MSSA finals. Off in the distance, what you're seeing out there is the sheep open in the field is going on. There's also open cattle up in the main arena. And now, there we go. So this is round 2. They'll choose which ones go into the final go-around. So we have more runs today, so stay tuned. We'll take a little bit of break and do handlers meeting after these few dogs. So a little bit about Mountain State StockDogAssociation.com. You can go to their website and take a look at their rules. Some of the rules that they have that are a little different. You can't have a herding cook. You can't run. Your dogs don't wear a collar. If the judge happens to see a collar on the dog, you would have to call the dog back, take the collar off, and then you can continue your run. But, you know, the time is rolling on. The idea is to have short time since it's time and points. So 5 minutes, it's doable. It's doable in a straight line. So not everyone qualifying is or finishing the course. However, yesterday morning, there was only about 7 dogs in the open class that finished the sheep. So they definitely made some adjustments when they went to the nursery because they would like to see more. So sometimes you don't know how the course is going to be. Watch that dog. All right. He's still working on number 3. All right, I met these folks in January at the Arizona National Stock Dog, and they have jumped right in and enjoyed this crowd, but today he's running out of time, but he did a great job for his first finals. There's some fun facts out there that I totally missed, you know. I kind of started reading the book.
Number 32, Sydney Coleman and Mr. June, followed by number 3, Brent Mataroli and G.S. Lynn, and number 34, Andrea Lane and Mr. Marty.
All right, this is Cindy Coleman in MISR June. They come to us from Weiser, Idaho. She has 2 dogs in this. She's running these dogs both in cattle as well. This is a female border collie that's 5 years old, and she's been running with her for 4 years. So there we are. We're through the first panel. So here's some fun facts that were in our catalog. So somebody did all this counting. We have 53 handlers that are coming to finals for their very first time. Welcome to them. We just had one of them in here just a moment ago. 3,180 cattle have been used at finals over the last 11 years. Huh? The beautiful town of Afton, its elevation is 6,240 feet. Our handlers prefer slick, smooth-coated dogs. Our handlers prefer working female dogs, but it was a close race. 2,040 sheep have been used at finals over the last 6 years. Just a fun fact, they didn't have sheep on the first few years that they were doing it and started it at a later time. All right, she's coming through number 4 and going to come to the pen. So we have 24 U.S. states and 3 Canadian provinces represented at finals this year. That's cool. All right, this one, it's crazy. They did this math. MSSA handlers are driving a combined total of 155,000 miles and 253 miles one way to come to the 2026 finals. Yes, I really added them up. All right. All right, time stops when the gate closes. 2:36 is the official time.
Nice job, Cindy and June. That's a full score of 270 and a time of 2:36. Up next, we'll have number 33, Brent Mataroli and G.S. Flynn, followed by Andrea Lane and MISRR Sunny, and that'll take us out of intermediate, and we have a novice handler speaking at 2:45.
All right, we're on our last 2 runs. This is Brent and G.S. Flynn. The male is a 7-year-old border collie. They've been trialing for 5 years. He was novice reserve 2023 dog of the year. We're out on our outrun. Lift and fetch, taking him nicely through the center line. Ah, spoke too soon. They were all lined up. Okay, he's got to get him turned around, come back through. There we go. All right, over here. And around. Okay, we're off to number 3.
have an intermediate sheet. Sorry, I don't have that sheet yet.
Okay, he's working his way to number 3. Got him. Oh, they're peeking around.
Come by. There. There, lay down.
Oh wait, you know what?
All right. We're getting our late breakfast order in, but none of the vendors are open today on Thursday. They took a holiday. So we had about 4 food vendors. All right. So he's working on the
Here. Lie down.
All right, he's working on the pen. I was talking to the food vendor, so I was just making sure where he was at on the course.
Ben.
Right, they're in the pen.
Here. Play here.
They're heading to the repen.
Walk up. Boy.
We have one more dog after this. So we are in Afton, Wyoming at 6,240 feet. Now I know why sometimes I get a little short of breath. We are having beautiful weather. My first time here, we were in a lot of rain, so it's nice not to have the mud, and that's the end of the time. 453. Full points of 270.
Full score 270 and a time of 4:53. And our last run for intermediate will be Andrea Lane and Mr. Sunny.
Andrea started us too. She was the first dog in the last dog.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how she did that. I used to.
Thank you.
I say once or twice and they leave it. Throw them all together and start home. Can't make nobody happy around here.
All right, we have our final competitor. We started with her, we ended with her. What a way to do it. Andrea Lang with MSSA Sunny. They come from Ontario, Oregon. She's one of our main photographers, does a great job. This is a 10-year-old Border Collie. They've been trialing together for 9 years, and they finished 10,000 points this year. Sunny also was with her granddaughter, taught her about herding. Nice little dog. All right, we're heading to that first panel, which will be the tiebreaker one. We are judged on time and points. So that is at 26 seconds. So that's a nice start of it. Okay, now I'm going to bring them over here. Kind of did the same thing my sheep did. Thought I had a nice control of them, and then I think they were heading to the repen. Now they're saying, oh, well, if we go in the pen, we're all done. But there we go, through number 2. Getting them off this pen, heading to the panel. Nicely done.
There. Walk. Come on. Walk. There.
You can see
Lie down. Come.
the opening of that panel. It's about 5 feet wide. They widened it.
There. Hey, listen.
My guess is novice. They may do a few changes to this course. So MSSA has the novice level, which is going to be the next class we run in here, and it's based on the handlers. These are handler specific levels with no experience, not a dog trainer, or things like that. Then the intermediate is the in between, and then the open. Once you are there, all your dogs go into open. So we are on the fourth panel. She's getting them turned.
Walk up. Come on. Let's go. Attaboy, let's go. Go, 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 go. Walk up. Walk up, walk up. Walk, 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 walk.
And then they have courses that have to do with the dog. Futurity, they have to pay in before they trial the dog. And then they'll compete here. And then there's the nursery that's based on the age of the dog.
Attaboy, walk up. Attaboy.
And then there's the old timers, which is over 60. And then there's the juniors. All right, we're setting up for the pen here.
Oh, wait. Oh, get out.
So she's trying to get them together, coming into pen.
Come by here. Oh, wait. Get out. Get out. Get out.
And at this point, the handler can move.
Come by. Here, in. In. Sonny, here. Get in here. Come on. Get in here.
So you can go and check out the rules for this program, or check out if you've got local shows in your area. Each of them can have very different courses. It's up to the host to put the courses, define what the fees are, and all those good things.
Oh, wait. There. Lie down. Lie down. Come. There. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down.
Ben?
Oh, wait. Right here. Right here. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Here. In. Oh, wait. Here, Cindy, here. Seriously? Oh, wait.
Several dogs have done that. They've run into the pen and think they're going to get around.
Oh, wait. There.
Nobody's crashed. That's
Come
good.
by there. Oh, wait. Come by. Lie down. Lie down.
4:22 full time. And that's a wrap for this intermediate
Good job,
class.
That's a full score of 270 and a time of 4:22. And that's